Hi there, it's Moira McDonald. I've got a junk journal walkthrough for you today. In terms of size, we're talking 4¼ by 6, hard-backed, and it's fabric covered. The seam binding is a closure, and I've done that in a kind of lilac-y shades to match in with the material that's covering the book. Excuse me. When you open it up, I have on the inside some handmade paper, not handmade by myself, handmade paper that I've purchased, and there's a kind of skeleton leaf there. First thing included is a wee envelope. Don't think there's anything in it. Oh no, there's a couple of wee butterflies. Wait a minute. A couple of wee butterflies, die-cut butterflies that you can use to decorate or just have. Oopsie daisy, that one flew away. Either use to decorate further or obviously use for something else or just leave as ephemera in the book. The little envelope I made myself, just used a piece of 6x6 paper and the envelope punch board, folded it down, did a wee bit of background stamping. This is a kind of washi sticker, wee bit of lace here and another wee bit of lace here and a wee paper ruffle that was left from some of the tags that I made the other day. So let's get into the book. It's got a hidden spine incidentally. First page, just a wee bit of collage here. There are actually some pictures of this on my Instagram account if you want to have a look at that. In fact, I'll add the rest of the pictures today at some point. And book page there. Another. I'm going to bring these in so that you can see it a wee bit closer. Just a wee bit of collage. Things like that wee ticket I made myself just by stamping. I used one of the Tim Holtz ticket dies and just used it creatively, if you like, and did some stamping in it to make it look like a different wee ticket. And this is one of my stamps that looks like blotches, as if you've spilled something, because again I think it all adds to the age thing. That's just some tea staining. Book page there. This is a piece of fabric that looks like fabric washi. I used some double-sided tape on the other side of it just to give a bit of textural feel to that page. Here we've got a wee bit of lace down the bottom and top of some stamping and vellum stickers, and a wee kind of collage of paper up the top and a postage stamp, and some more of the stamping with a wee blotchy stamp. I'm sure they call them blots, but I call them blotches. Handmade paper down here that I've stamped, and just another wee collage of paper. Another ticket over there. Oh, and I used what do you call them, one of Martha Stewart's punches to punch the corners. That's stamping up the top, in case you want to put a date or something in there. Over the page, just stamped with one of the blot stamps. This is a die cut that I've stuck onto music paper. The whole reason the die cut's here is I was selling some dies on eBay last week, and I cut them out so that I could show people when I was selling them what they looked like cut. There's nothing worse, even when you're buying a die new, they very rarely do they show you how it actually cuts, and I think it's very difficult to judge whether or not it's something that you want to add to your crafting arsenal if you don't know how it's going to look. So you buy things, get them home and discover they're absolutely no use to man or beast for you. This I actually have had for quite a number of years now, but it's just, I'd reached the stage where I wasn't really using it regularly, and I thought, oh, well, I might as well sell it. Cut it out. Once I cut it out, I thought, you know, it does look quite nice, so I'll add it in the book. There is another one that's further on that's from the same set. Oh, it's sold, by the way, so you know, you don't need to go bother looking in eBay. Nothing there. Plenty of journaling space on this wee one. Wee bit collage there with a washi. It's actually washi tape that I just cut, postage stamp and some book page. And here is a pocket. Now I'm going to put the book down so that we can see this pocket. Hold on, I need to make sure I've got it in shot. That's a heart-shaped doily, by the way. I've made it kind of like a double pocket, and I've also put a tab on the pocket itself, so it's kind of like a double pocket where the top bit is a complete pocket as such. I've also just used some, that's a washi sticker and one of my die cut letters and numbers. I was watching Moira Small Art the other day. Everybody watches Marta. I don't need to explain to you who she is. Moira Small Art, and she had been making full postage stamps, and I thought, oh, here, I need to have a go at that. So I did it, and I quite enjoyed it. I actually have a set of dies from AliExpress for cutting stamps, but they've been designed quite poorly because they cut everything. You know, you go to cut the actual perforated edge bit, if you like, or the serrated edge, and it cuts a rectangle under it as well, so it's absolutely no use to man or beast. The bigger ones are a bit more useful, but the smallest one this size is no use at all. So I've actually got a pair of scissors. They're kiddie scissors, I think, or they're sold as kiddie scissors to just do decorative cuts, and I just used that for doing the edge of the postage stamp and cut. I actually used the die to cut the rectangle in the middle. Just a bit of scrapbooking paper, then I did a wee bit of stamping on it just to kind of make it look that wee bit different. So that goes in the first wee pocket down there. The second pocket isn't completely closed, it's opened at the side, and it's got one of the tags that I did the tag along of me the other day. I don't know what it is about the tag along of me thing. I would have thought folk would have been quite interested in the ephemera videos, but it's had relatively few views, and I don't understand what the problem is. I don't know if it's my style of explaining things, if I'm just so boring that it's not worth watching me. There is that possibility, and I'm prepared to accept that, in which case, fair enough, I'll just not bother doing it anymore. So over the other side, I actually used the scrapbooking paper, folded it round that way, so there's a pocket on this side as well, and in here is another one of the tag along of me tags. If you are interested and you haven't seen them for whatever reason, they should be one of the videos in front of this, if not the video in front of this. So that fits in that wee pocket. And another one of the tag along of me's. All the tag along of me tags are in this book, I think. Oh, there's two. Well, no, put that one out for the other side. Right, and that's the to be or not to be one. So bear with me while I stretch over the camera. Forever looking for a decent angle for the camera, but I think until I can actually clear stuff off my desk completely, I'm never going to get it. Right, so you've got music, script paper there, a wee bit collage here, and it's got kind of lace there and an embossed tag. Just lots of texture. Lots and lots of texture, a wee bit of lace up the top here. Vintage book page from a kid's book from the 1950s. Another Martha Stewart punch down the bottom there, and some stamping and washi tape. Book page from an old dictionary, and a heart-shaped pocket here together with another wee tab. This has in it another couple of the Tag Along With Me tags. It's got one of the ones from Tag Along With Me 2, and that's from Tag Along With Me 3. Well, this page itself, if I can hold it up to try and let you see, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to pick it up, but it's embossed with an embossing folder. I'll show it that way and it might show up. So the whole page is embossed. Centre of the one signature that's in the book, just a piece of Edith Holden folded over. Another wee tag here, oh sorry that wasn't in shot there, another tag that I cut out and used as a tuck spot, wee bit of lace here, just a wee die cut heart, and another couple of the Tag Along With Me tags. I mean, I think they look quite good, but clearly they're not sufficiently stimulating for folk to watch the video. I genuinely don't get it, and that sounds really arrogant, you know, why aren't you watching me? But Well, why aren't you watching? No, I mean, it's... I know personally there's nothing I delight in more than seeing how things are done, and you always just assume everybody's pretty much the same as yourself, but clearly we're not. We're all quite different, and different strokes for different folks, as they say. That's another embossed page there, and some collage, and Martha Stewart punching, some stamping down the bottom. Here's one of those fabric flowers that I cut from the lace that I got quite recently. Another part of the book page from the 50s kids book. Some more lace collage down there with stamping below it. We've got paper ruffle here of, what do you call it, ledger paper on top of a German page. That German page is from a book that Perio gave me a while back. Thanks very much, Perio. Hiya! Hi, Perio. Some more collage and a washi sticker. Another wee pocket. Again, this tuck spot is die cut with a kind of large... I think it's a set of Sussex dies that relate to tickets, and they just get bigger and bigger, and some of them are absolutely enormous. So I die cut one of those, and I put a piece of lace on top of it. And in this one we have a tag along with me tag, again cut with a different type of ticket tag, and some genuine vintage ephemera. These are from, I bought quite a number of these. They come from what's clearly a kind of trade book, I would say, from the early 1900s, quite probably. A bit, you know, businesses and whatever. Oh, there's the other die cut flowers from that set that I sold recently. Just some more collage there. And here, that's another one of those wee block stamps. That's very textural, and it's, I don't know if you pick it up, but it's been, I used gilding wax on it as well, just to give it a wee bit extra shine. Some book page collage, some stamping down the bottom, stamping. Another piece of fabric here that looks like fabric washi, but again it's just got double-sided tape on the other side of it. And that's some die cut leaves that I'd coloured, because I was going to use them in my tag along with me, but I didn't use them, so might well use them for something. Here I've got a kind of, it's not a semicircle because it's bigger than a semicircle, but it was a circle die, and I just cut it straight to use it as a tuck spot. And in this one we have, there's another wee tag, sorry, tab up the top there. In this one we have another one of the circular tags from Tag Along With Me 2, and another piece of that book. This one really shows its age. It's got a lot of staining from just the years going by, I suppose. A variety of businesses in the back. Just some genuine ephemera. I might as well use it up, because at the end of the day it's not as if I'm doing anything else with it. It's not as if it benefits me from having this sitting in the house. I'm not selling it as it's, I'm not using it for digital images. I just, some of it I've used, some not so much. So I might as well just start actually using it in the books. And here we've got I put a wee calendar stamp down the bottom there, in the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Some book page collage and washi tape. And over the page just a wee clock, and then the back again we've got the handmade paper, and that's it. So I put it on for sale in my New Monday shop yesterday, and I mentioned it on my Facebook page, and I don't think anybody has seen it. I think you'll probably be lucky if there's like 20 folk have noticed it. And again, that's another problem with Facebook, with YouTube. Unless you're posting really, really regularly, unless you're getting views really, really regularly, the algorithms of these companies are such that they will promote other things that appear to be more popular, in which case people like myself who have smaller deals and don't post as regularly completely and utterly disappear, and absolutely no one knows we're there. And it's really, really disheartening. And I'm right back at the thinking, what is the point in all this? But there you go, there's not really enough a lot of point in complaining about it, because complaining to the people that do see me isn't really what I'm aiming at. What I'm wanting to do is complain to the folk that supposedly follow me but don't watch or see anything I do. They're the ones that are very difficult to kind of pin down. So that's the way it goes. Anyway, that's my wee book. I'll put a link to the actual page in New Monday where it is, and if anybody's interested they can purchase. If not, it'll stagnate and lie there like a wee lump of poo in my shop. Anyway, that's it for the time being. I'll see you when I'll see you, because I'm really not sure. At the moment I'm feeling pretty demotivated again, and as such it makes it very difficult to try to do anything. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks very much for your time today, and I'll see you when I see you. See you later, guys. Bye bye.